Hey gang, how's it going? Krauss here with another video. The last video for December. The last video for 2019. It is December 31. Only 12 or 10 hours before the new year kicks in. And I wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Dominic Legaspi. He's been asking me to share the talents and skills and what heroes are okay with, for a party. This is my gift to you, Mr. Dominic. I'm going to show you my character. I believe I haven't gone over my character's information, and I'm not going to be that guy who's going to keep secrets. So let's go ahead and, oops, sorry, Cyro. Let's get this video rolling. So the first thing, if you've been paying attention to my older videos, if you've watched through the other videos, you probably have watched me develop from my early levels all the way up to 80. When I, back then when I still had about 60k cap. So now at this stage of the game, after the December update, they've released they released some new quests which provided like a huge boost of XP. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to jump all the way up to level 80 after finishing those quests. I think I started at level 76. I think it was 76. I don't know, but it was a huge. If you complete all the quests now, you're probably going to end up. If you haven't been AFK farming and all that, maybe you'll land. You'll land somewhere around level 77, which is still a huge boost to your skills. So we're going to cover that. And I'll give you full disclosure. Now, I'm not claiming that this is going to be the best build for you, but this is what I think makes more sense. I've redone my, what am I doing? I've redone my talent matrix quite a few times already, but and I try to make sure that every talent goes, is well accounted for, or it provides. Basically how I develop this is I choose from possible paths to the major nodes, and if it's not going to be something that I'm going to achieve quickly, like for example this boost to HP 50% means I'm going to have to waste 3 more skills, 3 more points on these 10% bonus skills until eventually I get up to 50%. So let's say I had a talent point, I wouldn't probably go here this way. Instead, I would go from this node here going back, because I don't want to waste talent points, as many talent points. I want to avoid doing that as much as I can. So if I had another skill, let's say I leveled up to 81, I would probably build myself from here, get some attack, and then get the base HP percent. Or I could also go here, because this one gives me like 2 major nodes, an increase in movement speed, as well as a debuff on crit. Actually, if you were gonna ask me right now, let's say I had another extra talent point, I'd probably develop my matrix going this way just to get this debuff, because you can't get this anywhere else. And as you know, in Kingdom Wars, the Kingdom War events, enemies that you encounter there really have a high escape rate, because the moment that they start to run, the animation it takes for you to cast a skill, let's say to kill, to finally land the last killing blow, is going to be longer than by the time the animation's over, your enemy has already gone out of your range. So it's very hard to catch, to actually kill players in the Kingdom Wars, which happens every day at 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock daily. So wow, that was redundant. Every day at 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock daily. All right, 25% chance to reduce enemies' crit rate. A lot of killer archers have very high crit rates paired with crit damage, so this is actually a pretty good debuff for mages. And then this would probably be a bonus for me, because I've already unlocked everything that I want to unlock. So let's go over the things, the major nodes that I prioritized. First of all, these 4 sets of skills here would be what I would go for the first part of the game. because it's easy to get them, and they all provide really good bonuses: crit, attack, and then defense when taking damage is which is a positive buff, and the skill damage, passive skill damage to your normal attacks. This is the one that which all which the basic and normal attack. Whenever you attack once, it gives you a star. Attack twice, it gives you another star. So this gives a bonus to that. And then I worked myself all the way to here, increasing my what do you call this? Order of the Lightning God skills. When I had this base, after I unlocked everything on the base, I went up here, basically trying to hit as many major nodes as I could. So over here, I think because you're gonna get to level 60 really fast, you're gonna pretty much unlock most of these real quick. And the real challenge here is, when obtaining potential points slows down. So you really have to think long and hard before you invest additional points into the matrix. So this is what my talent matrix looks like. All right, so I'm just going to scroll over here so that you guys can see. Another buff. There is one thing that I really love, and this is the passive effect to Rage of the Wolf Elves. It's an additional restore HP, which is pretty good because it scales with your HP. So the more HP you put into your character, and I'm going to discuss that a little later, the more HP you restore. So it's a scaling buff. Anything that has a percentage value next to it is always going to be better than a flat value, which you pretty much get from your heroes. So I think you guys have checked already, had enough time to check this out. Just rewind and scroll through the video as you need. If you have any questions about that, just feel free to comment down in the section below. All right, next is the party system. All right, for the party, these Class B, Class C, and Class A characters, never underestimate their potential. So again, this is something that I feel like free-to-play players really tend to overlook, because there's an in-game way to to strengthen that, and it's in my video, in one of my videos, which is the Region Boss playlist. Look it up and go into my channel and then check it out. Unfortunately, that playlist is a little outdated because since the inception of that video, they have added 2 more bosses, and then with the December update, they've already added another boss, but unfortunately, that boss in the December update doesn't spawn yet, or I haven't noticed them spawning. But the thing is, you have to go here and go into your daily, and then click on your calendar, right? And then you follow the region bosses spawn points all throughout the day, and no matter what time zone you're in, you're still gonna get a handful of opportunities to kill the boss. All you need is to to hit the boss when it spawns, and it starts from the area of where Rakos spawns in Center Omega. It starts at Beastbone Desert. All right, so a minute before the time, this is a good way to use spend your teleport, your teleports, if you have them unlocked, is to start the quest chain here. Well, I say quest chain, but boss kill chain, let's call it that, and then spawn right here and make sure that you get a hit in, because these bosses, especially at the beginning of the region boss spawn events, can die pretty easily. So I think that one dies in less than 30 seconds. So you really have to be fast. And then you basically have to traverse the map. And you don't have to use your teleports after that, because it's in increasing order of level. So after Beastbone Desert, you're gonna ride your mount all the way to 28 level, Holy Soul Hill, and then you're gonna do that boss, and it's at an interval of 10 minutes. So you have lots of time. Then you go to Lunar Forest, Flame Knight Highland, and then Titan Volcano, and then Devil Hell City. After Devil Hell City, that's where it becomes a little bit harder, or which you can pretty much skip altogether if you do not have the parlay crystals for PvP immunity for 5 minutes. Basically, the reason why you need those is because after Devil Hell City, you will go to to Tibertrick Island, which Everlasting Harbor and Dreamy Plains. Both of these are PvP enabled maps. So if you don't have a parlay crystal, there's going to be a very high chance that you're going to die from players instead of the region boss monster. So you can skip this altogether. And then after one of the updates that they rolled out last month, I think, they also introduced a couple more areas in Tibertrick Island, which is Night Valley and Time Plate. So far, these two are the hardest. They are the meatiest bosses that I've encountered. It can take anywhere about 10 minutes for me to solo, or 10 minutes for Night Valley, and I think, why do I keep closing that out? And more than 10 minutes for what's the name of it? Time Plane. Time Plane is the higher one. Yeah. So if you if you find yourself in a situation where you've got, a boss and you're alone, then might be better spending your time doing something else. But in between, what do you do in between? Do you wait 10 minutes? Well, I find that you can do most of the quests, most of the instances. So the way that I do it every day is at 6 a.m. after the refresh. I would warp to the I would warp to the first boss spawn point, kill that boss, and then I would then auto travel to the next boss, which is in. I'm sorry, guys. I keep on closing out the window. And then I would mount and then go follow the auto pathing to Holy Soul Hill, and then wait there at the spawn location. While I'm doing that, I would use my arena, which I haven't done today, or I'd do some questing for the instances. I'd do the life skill for wanted, things that you can fit in a 10-minute period. What you don't want to do is, if you're doing these quest chains, of course, is to do the Abyss, because this takes upwards of 30 minutes. This takes upwards of 15. I think all of these are pretty lengthy. Basically, just try to do the things that you can do within a 10-minute period. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this relic thing. So if you're on Justice server, basically try to make the most out of these relics, especially when you have that level unlocked, because we're going to lose it in a couple of days. Right. Let's just check that out. Let's go on a tangent here, because I think I've been anticipating a relic upgrade, but I'm not sure if I have 50 already. Relic shop, yay! 50. Okay. Let's see, 50, and I have on me a noob advanced class, all base stats to 100. So let's see, how much does that cost? No. In the shop. So this is the one that I have. So if I salvage this is going to be 100, and I have 50, so I could get this one. Yeah, sounds good. All right, let's go ahead and do that real quick. Sorry, I just want to make sure I don't miss this. Inlay, unlock, unequip my noob stones, but you definitely don't have to do this. I just don't want anything unexpected to happen. You know what I mean? All right, unequip that. Go here, and then recycle. Got 100 shards. Go back to the store, the relic shop, and then purchase the almighty stone. No, I'm just kidding. That would be stupid. All right, let's go ahead and purchase the next tier. Purchase that, and I'll be left with, hey, purchase that. There you go. Okay, equip that, and then go into my bag. and then inlay. Don't care. All right. All right. So that almost 2.2 million. I think I should. Oh, it is 2.2. I think I should be able to do the what do you call this? The instances for nightmare mode. This guy. Ah, I so want to kill you. So let's just get this out of the way. Ah, come on. By the way, this is the only story instance that I spend extra points on. Nothing else. I don't buy any more refreshes for. Ooh, nice. All right, I don't buy additional tries anymore because at this stage you've got so many stages to that you need to do. You're gonna run out of stamina anyway. So I'd rather buy stamina instead of refreshing. And besides, when you already have like a set of level 60, level 70 gear, doing a refresh afterwards, after the fact, doesn't make any sense. So once you have the gear that you need from that stage, stop doing refreshes and then focus your refreshes on more important stuff like this over here. Excuse me, sorry. I really had a rough session last night. So let's move on to the next part, which is about the heroes. See, right? So we went off on a tangent there discussing how do you increase the star level of your C-class heroes. And to give you an idea of what, how much these add to your cap, it gives like, from level 1, let's say do I have any more? So let's say for this guy here, and I don't really have enough, but so he's already at 3 stars, and he's gonna start from level 13. I don't think it's gonna be enough though. Yeah, so I can't demonstrate it. But if you have, from on a daily basis, you get a ton of these if you're doing the story instance modes, and it's gonna be pretty easy to bring them up to level 30. And if you upgrade a 3-star hero like this to level 30, you probably get a cap increase of somewhere around 4,000 to 5,000 in one go. All right. So that's how you really need to farm those shards. So aside from doing the region boss chains on a daily basis to get the shards, you should be able to get them as well in the other boss, which is the fallen hero boss chains, but that takes that happens less frequently, and you can also get them from here. Now in the beginning, excuse me, I suggested that you invest in these stones over here, but as you move towards end game, when you already have all of your armor slots inlaid, you're at level 70, you have a complete set of level 60 to 70 gear. And if you're given a choice, because if you have like retries left, you should focus your attention here. So because one of these instances, let's try to do one. Well, yeah, let's try to do one. Can give you like quite a few of these drops, and but I mean like sometimes you can get up to 5 of those packages. So let's just try doing that. See, 4 packages right away, and then I would buy these. Oh my God! What did I just do? That's something that they could improve on. Oh, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Way to go. Increase your... Always do the highest tier of these instances, even though they can be slightly difficult to do. For me, sometimes these heroes, they can actually kill me if I'm on auto. All right, so there's a chance to also to get your A shards here, but look at that, 4, right? So that's a lot. In a day, farming region bosses, like let's say you devote like a day, like a weekend, and you're not doing anything, and they want to farm your region bosses, you could probably get like around 50 of those, hit or miss. So upgrading the stars is pretty easy, right? So look at that. So yeah, about the heroes, I think I was asked also which heroes are better to use on in your party, and that depends on the situation really. Um, First of all, Azusa is somewhat of a basic ingredient because you get her to 5 stars early on in the game, and she provides like a really good boost to your HP, 8%. But she also has a party effect, which you can pretty much refine. Let's try to check out Azusa right here. So understanding this interface, you've got her active skill, two of her active skills. This one is this button right here. Oh, come on. This button. That gets activated. Where's Azusa? Right? This one is her normal attack, I'm assuming. And whenever she does that, she debuffs. Your character can debuff or buff you, do things like that. And then when this one is more about of a master or their version of their ultimate skill, and then they come in built in with this. So at 5 stars, she already provides 20% of her stats, not your stats, the hero stats. So that's quite a lot, and especially if you have her maxed out, 20% of that is going to be very, very useful. Then there's this hero base attack. Oh, sorry. This attack here, or this skill here, which you can refine. I'm sorry. This is her built-in passive. All right, and this is what makes or breaks your character's build. So that's why I mention that she's a basic ingredient, because she provides a huge boost passively to your HP, 150% to your base. This you can refine. All right. So basically, try to go through all the heroes, and shout out to Chobits as well for from Justice from our server, who gave me a couple of tips on how to improve my how to deal with the heroes here. So. And this is how you can actually customize your character or build your character towards attack, tank, crit, or basically based on your base stats. So you can prioritize. Let's say you're trying to build or increase your attack. You want to really dish out damage. Then I would basically focus on upgrading the heroes here, as well as the crit damage, crit type. If you want to be more of defensive, you can go defense and HP along with evasion, right? But basically, all you have to do here really is to upgrade all your heroes as much as you can, making use of all the opportunities to upgrade them. Some heroes are better for PvP, and some heroes are actually really good for farming, for AFK farming. Let's take Kirito for example. His skill is a deep. Excuse me. His ultimate increases your attack speed for 20%. So he's pretty good, for both PvP and PvE. Then you also have his defensive. What do you call this? Defensive passive skill, which decreases your crit damage. But if you're going for a PvP build. Some heroes that you can use, but are pretty hard to obtain. Most of them are actually in the S or double S class league. There's one that's pretty good in particular. I can't find her. It's a girl. What's her name? No, not her. She is one of the vault. Natasha, no, not you, not Adea, not Amelia. Hizuzu, right. So let's take a look at Hizuzu. Perfect. Right. So Hizuzu has this this insanely useful buff, which I think allows you to hit twice, right? And then she also has this passive, which I think is a double hit. So it's pretty good, and I really want to try this out. Actually, I was pretty tempted to move to switch over to hero gotchas, but I'm deciding to stick with. I've decided to stick with mount drops. So that's where all my gems are going into. I'm going to go into that later. So let's go back into my party. If all you got are B, S, and you just got a few S class characters, try to take a look at their skills and see what see which ones fit you. But just to show you what I have, this is something that I'm not paying that much attention to because I'm pretty limited, and I don't want to really invest any much more in the game at this stage. But all I've got are passives that increase my base stats. All right. I also have Krauss. I think this is Krauss's one. Yeah. So Krauss's what do you call this passive buff is she has a chance to increase damage by 3%. It's tiny, but I really want to get her up to five stars the freeway, so that basically oops, what did I just do? Basically I'm doing the 8-hour thingy for her. So I'm trying to build her since she's my only double S class character. So that's the free method. What I do have something more of a control over. All right, so let me just show you the party again. And this is not optimum, I swear. This is basically just because I'm working with what I have. This is, I think, an experimental. What do I have? So this is more of like a deep defensive thingy. And this is my farming build. Mainly because of this guy's attack speed buff. So I can't really help you much, with the hero parties because I'm not the right person. I don't have everything unlocked. All I can offer is, advice on how to approach the upgrades between the characters, right? Now, one more thing that can increase your character's power or capability is the mounts. And the mounts are really a good opportunity, free to play or pay to play, to really increase your base stats, and all of them at the same time. So try not to pass off of any opportunity to get a free to get a chance to get the free event mounts as much as you can. So now what I've already unlocked Shiba. It took me like 4 days of saving up. I didn't have to buy him. I just had to save diamonds. So meaning I went on a refresh diet. I didn't refresh my instances. I didn't use my gems for anything except for the one gem draw on the daily spins. After that, I didn't do. I went on a diet of refreshing my spins or spinning for gems for the mounts. So it's pretty much like a sacrifice on my part just to get that mount, and that's how important it is. So how much more important I think mounts are compared to anything else as a semi pay to play player. So try to get that before it runs, before the event or before it becomes unavailable in the shop. And going back, this is why you want to get more of those mounts. It's like your character's built-in relic system. And I say relic system because all of these give like bonuses to all of your base stats. And after you've unlocked everything from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you're basically going to bump into an 80-point wall, because in order to get to this side, you need to pass any one of these 4 nodes, which all cost 80 points. And so if you don't have enough mounts, you're kind of stuck there. You're going to get stuck there. and their development of your character will stop altogether. So now I have an opportunity to unlock all these other nodes, especially this sweet 100% all base stat bonus, which will cost 100, but I don't see any problem there. Just try to get as much mounts as you can. Other free mounts would be the unicorn mount that you can get from your guilds. What do you call it? Guild instances, your guild raids, the banquet, which happens for on Justice servers for Emerald Kingdom every 9:30 in the evening. Then use your extra gems to roll the gacha for it. All right, so and then you can stop it whenever it stops offering re-rolls for gems and switches over to diamonds. That's when it really becomes pay to play friendly. 1,400 diamonds is gonna cost you upwards of $10, or rather $15. So that's for a 10 spin, and I'm pretty sure you won't be able to get a complete set of shards in just one roll of 10 spins. You're gonna end up spending somewhere around $50 to $100, which is insane. Again, as I mentioned in my previous video, so tempted to do that last 2 days ago. Then I asked some of my guildmates, like, what would you do? Would you buy like that, or would you buy something else? And it's a unanimous decision. Especially speaking from a from a not so rich standpoint, better things to spend your money on. So speaking about spending stuff, one thing that will help you, if there is a couple of things that you can buy from the shop, right, that I would suggest you buy if you're gonna spend money on the game. Buy this first. That's a pretty good deal. Then you can definitely buy this. It's been more than 30 days, and this just keeps on going. So I'm thinking might be a forever, might be something that lasts like indefinitely. So every day you get 100 gems, 50 of these, two sweepers, and an extra refinement stone. Then, so get this one first, right? Then this one, and then this one. Well, this one is more of like a 30-day deal, but it gives you a huge, huge boost to what you can unlock. It gives you like enough shards to actually get your capybara up to higher levels and your sheep. See? So yeah. What else can I share with you? I've shared the mounts. Oh yeah, something else about the mounts. Mounts. Collection mounts. Abilities. So when you upgrade your mounts up to blue, I think it's blue. Yeah, blue. They start to unlock skills, and like your hero skills, they can be refined, and they can add a lot of other stats that you can't get from anywhere else. But I've been meaning to refine this. So how this works is, right, is you select this button right here. Lock the skill so it will remain in. Yeah, definitely. I don't want to do that. Oh no, it's gonna get higher. All right. So this one I don't need. I'm gonna refine it. Oh, come on. Well, definitely gonna keep that. So replace that. All right, let's try again. I don't know. Does it look like it's a pool? Like for this tier, you can only get a certain amount. Yeah, it looks like it. So there you go. There's my gems, all down to 2 gems. No worries. But try to aim for 3 or higher. If you have like a level 1 skill like I did, then try to refine that. Same for heroes. Yes, I want to abandon. So now I have 4% damage, and I'm gonna go through these, especially this. Oh, come on. All right. Well, I think I still can get gems from dailies. Yeah, definitely. Haven't done any of those lately. Um, Daily lucky gift. Happy New Year. Oh, sweet, sweet, sweet. Nice. 600 stamina. Cool, 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 cool. All right. What else? So that covers the mounts for zodiacs, and I'm really just experimenting with core, because you get like this started off with the zodiacs, right? And for zodiacs, it goes. I don't know. It's not like a free to play player friendly feature, which is why I don't really cover much of this. But if you do, try to build your character based on what you think he's gonna be he's gonna excel in. So I've been trying to get this one up, which increases the critical hit damage by a percentage. This is basically the bread and butter. This is what you're after, not the skills. The skills just are just a bonus in trying to get this skill up. So this one, it looks really good and promising. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and increases like a tiny bit of the cap. This one, move speed, not really that useful. Maybe in PvP, Kingdom Wars. Skill damage against players increases 1%. This one's really good, but I want to increase my crit damage because that one will also increase my damage versus PvE content. Probably do this sometime later. Critical hit, no. So yeah, basically just try to focus on one and don't be an idiot like I did here. I went crazy and then basically started upgrading this. So try to plan. If I were to go back in time, I wouldn't go with this. I would go with the Tinder of Creation because it gives like a huge boost to your crit hit damage. Focus on crit hit, and bring your stats up in those areas. Oops, over here. So this is my build. At this range, I've got 120k damage because of these two. And my crit bonus is 20%. My crit hit damage. Try to bring these two up as much as you can. All right. Okay, what else can I suggest or share with you? Can't really tell you much about the core. Nah, I don't know much enough about this to give you advice on that. Yeah, that's pretty much everything that I think you can upgrade. Basically, just a quick recap. TLDR, if you want to call it that. Get as much heroes you can, get as much mounts as you can. Plan your talent matrix accordingly for both your heroes and for both your hero and your mount system, and just be as active as you can in the game. Make the most out of region bosses, out of guild events, and what do you call this, Kingdom War events. Yeah, speaking about the kingdom, try to do this as much as you can. Oops. If you have extra gems, you can probably devote. I've been on a diet of that lately, but that's a pretty good way to increase your rank, which provides like a huge boost to your stats. But this is also going to be key to improving your character because they provide a lot of bonuses. See, 2,000 just for upgrading one of these buildings. I think I did it went for the market, but tomorrow it's going to be another 2k if I upgrade another building, 6k if I upgrade 3 buildings. So tomorrow my musician building is going to be 36, and I am going to get all the way down here, 576 HP. All right, so how do you do this? If you really want to farm these and you have extra stamina and you have time, all right, go to your life skills and do, let's say, for example, alchemy, which is pretty useless. at this point. I don't see any huge increase, but you spend less stamina per per resource on the lowest rank. So if you want to if you want to farm the building resources, go with the lowest rank. But if you don't have time and you don't want to do it 100 times, then go with this. But there's gonna be a surplus in stamina usage. You're gonna use more stamina per resource when you do this, and it's true for sailing. It's also true for performance, right? Then what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. Have a happy New Year. Not gonna be online for in the game as much as I can, because we're going over to a friend's house to celebrate the new year with them. All right, and I hope you guys also have a wonderful new year as well. Thanks for viewing this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment in the channel below. If you have friends, share my channel with the rest of the group or your community. I really appreciate that, and have a good one.